Well, let's get into the hottest take of really today, not just this week. That happened today. Jalen Ramsey gets Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith gets traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for Micah Fitzpatrick and a 2027 5th-round pick. First and foremost, this just happened today, so it's fresh.
Yes.
So what's your thoughts and reaction to this pickup by the Steelers?
I don't think it means anything significant to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Really? Why not?
Because I don't think Jalen Ramsey isn't what he was. He's been quiet in the NFL. Hadn't really been making any noise. Last time he was all first, whatever, all defense, whatever you want to call it, was like 2021.
He went to the Pro Bowl, though, last year.
Pro Bowl ain't what it used to be. Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything now. It don't even have a damn game anymore.
Means a little bit.
It does?
It means a little bit. At least get voted to go. It means a little bit.
It's a fan thing.
It's not all pro, but it means something.
Right. Well, it means more all pro or Pro Bowl.
All pro. Right. I just said it's not all pro.
That's what I'm saying. So don't you could dangle the Pro Bowl voting in front of me 20 years ago. Now the Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I'm with you.
So yeah, but I'm not buying Jalen Ramsey at all. I mean, he's been a journeyman around the NFL. If he was that any good, he would at least been on a few teams for more than a few years and just stayed there. He's just going to find a check now. He's getting into these defensive schemes, and no one's scared to throw it to him anymore. No one's scared to throw Jalen Ramsey away anymore. So I think it's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers' first losing season with Coach Tomlin at the helm, and it didn't move me at all. I thought it was actually a boring acquisition. So Pittsburgh Steelers fans, they have accepted being this one and done, hadn't won a playoff game in so many years, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have accepted it. They keep holding on to Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season, and that's all they want. That's all they're worried about.
Well, I mean, they didn't get worse because they also have Darius Slay that they picked up, Super Bowl champion corner. They have Joey Porter Jr. I don't know. I guess the three of them will battle for 2 spots, but I don't think Jalen Ramsey got any worse. If anything, stagnant from last year.
He's done anything in the NFL.
Well, what team was he playing with?
Who knows?
I'm saying last year he was with the Dolphins. Sometimes, listen, man, sometimes you can play with a team that is just spiraling out of control. And do you think that'll motivate you you think you'll want to perform your best playing in that situation?
So he didn't want to perform his best playing with Tyreek Hill and Waddle?
Did Tyreek Hill want to perform at his best?
Saying,
after every game, he's complaining.
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, but after every game, Tyreek Hill's complaining.
Well, he's a diva.
Jalen Ramsey kind of is too.
He is, I know.
Yeah, but they perform at high levels, especially when they have a chance of winning, is what I'm saying.
Whose fault is that?
The Miami Dolphins.
What about them? It starts with them.
Yeah, but if you're surrounded by... Why did Barry Sanders retire early? Why did Calvin Johnson...
He was on an ass cheese team.
Why? Exactly, right. That's what I'm saying.
Come on, man. That's the Lions back in the day. Come on, man.
But I'm saying, if you playing with a team that you know... Y'all not even sniffing the playoffs, let alone winning the Super Bowl. You're not as motivated to play your best.
The Dolphins on paper are a pretty good football team.
On paper, yes, they are.
They just have issues, with the quarterback being healthy or whatever. But they have promising football team that's supposed to make some noise in their division with the Jets, the Patriots, and the Bills.
Yeah, but that didn't happen this past year is what I'm saying.
Right.
So on paper,
they fighting for wild cards, though, They fighting for wild cards. They're not going to beat the Bills. They got to win the division. So they best bet for them is a wild card.
Yeah, but it still doesn't look promising, even if they get in. Like, I doubt they're like, listen, if we get in the wild card, we make it a run, we win it all. I doubt they're saying
Why
that.
not? You got to, listen, you can't play unless you get in. You get in, I don't care if it's you backdoor your way in, you got to get in there.
Listen, I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Miami games last year, but it was one game where Ramsey made a hell of a play. He still looked explosive. He still had good hips. I don't think he lost a step. I think he's still good. I don't think that they got... the fact that they got rid of Minka, I don't like. Now, I understand Minka didn't have... I think like the past 2 years, Minka been a little inconsistent. He wasn't what he was in 2021, 2022 and all that. I get it, but I'm a big fan of Minka. I still think he's a solid piece of that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So I'm not crazy about them swapping those two. They got Jonnu Smith as well, a tight end, so they got another tight end, but they're already good with the tight ends between Darnell Washington and Himmerflube, however you say his name. But I mean, I'm not crazy about it neither. I don't think it's like, they're going to win it all now.
I just heard Ramsey's name in like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I think he'll turn it around if the other side of the ball with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf performs.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was ready to say, but we'll get
You're
into
going to get to the
yeah.
As far as the defense side of things, and Ramsey with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think it's going to be as impactful as it looks. It sounds good. You know, Ramsey, Steelers. This probably would have sounded good 3-4 years ago, but 2025, man, please.
I'm really intrigued because, like I said, they have Darius Slay as well.
Yeah.
So you got these veterans at corner, and it's like, what are they going to do? They can either do very good or kind of show like, okay, they may be at the tail end of their careers.
Yeah, it's some young guns, man. Receivers up and coming, and ones that have arrived who still way younger than them guys, and they're explosive, man. It's going to be tough.
Well, I'll tell you this: we'll definitely know by time camp and preseason comes around because they're going to Jalen Ramsey and maybe Darius Slay, but more so Jalen Ramsey is going to be going against DK Metcalf at practice. So that'll tell a lot as far as where he's at. I think if they would have kept George Pickens, they'd be in a way better position, but y'all got him. Of course, you don't mind it. So we'll see what happens. Who won this trade?
And hold on. One more thing.
Go ahead.
And then, of course, the first game, the Steelers got to play the Jets. So it's going to be Ramsey. I think he's going to be checking one of them young up and
Garrett Wilson.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, throwing Garrett Wilson the ball is something called Justin Fields.
Yeah,
who's been a journeyman.
Nah, we got to see them go against the Bengals. That's going to be the tell-off.
Hey, that's another one.
Once the Steelers play the Bengals,
that's another one.
That's going to be the true test because you got T and Jamar going against Ramsey and Slay.
Yeah, that's going to be
and
another
Joey
one.
Porter.
Yep.
That's going to be the true test right there. I got to see when they play them. But who won this trade between the Steelers and the Dolphins? Like I said, just to rewind, the Steelers got Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith.
Right.
Miami got Minkah Fitzpatrick in a 2027 fifth-round pick.
The Dolphins won it easily because they cut that dead weight in Jalen Ramsey.
You don't like this
Every
dude.
day something. He just dead weight. He could be an anchor for a boat. Put a chain on his ass, drop it down in the water with the scuba gear on. He could be. He's that much of a dead weight. They got rid of him. They would have kept him.
Bro, it was because of money, bro.
Okay, you gonna keep believing it all you want to, LaFraud James. You keep believing all you want to. They got rid of his dead weight ass, and what's going on up down in Miami? I think Miami. I don't know. I think I like the Dolphins a lot, and I like them coming out in this trade on top better than I like what Pittsburgh did. So I'm going with the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm definitely going with Pittsburgh.
Okay.
They got Ramsey. They got another addition to that very good defense that they have. Ramsey ain't no bum. He ain't no scrub.
Nah, he's not a bum or a scrub. I just don't think he's effective as he was a few years ago.
We'll see.
But it's going to be a new start, though.
Yeah, it's a new start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to prove himself out the gate. Like I said, in training camp, going against DK. And they got another tight end, Jonnu Smith. I mean, we know they're a team that likes to run the ball a lot. So that's what, 13 personnel, 22 personnel with 2 tight ends between Jonnu Smith, how you say it? Humberfood?
Yeah, just call him Flubber or something.
And Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
So, you know, we know they like to run the ball a lot. So this helps out their running game. But Jonnu Smith is a good receiving tight end as well. So we'll see what A-Rod does.
Let's go.
You know? But we're going to get into that.